Hi everybody, this is Caroline Sotheby and welcome to Up, Down, and Around Town. Well, I'm going to learn something new today and hopefully you will too. There's a building on Oak Street in Wyandotte and I've passed it many times and I didn't know what that building was for. And Rich Campbell, of course, he goes to the DCA and he found some people and they said, you got to come on the show and tell us about it. It's called ARC, A-R-C. And with me right now, you want to say your name and your position?
I'm Elroy Grandy, and I'm currently being the art teacher for the ARC program, for the art part of the ARC.
Okay. And you're?
I'm Charlene Edelson, and I'm one of the art helpers.
Okay. But I got a little better description just before that, and you go from beginning to the end. And, okay.
She does it all.
She does it all.
And
I'm Linda Junette. I'm the vice president, and I'm also an educational advocate for the ARC Downriver.
Okay. And you're the office manager?
Yes. Yep. Beth Klosick, office manager, Monday through Thursday. Anybody needs somebody, they stop by and let me know, drop off, pick up information.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we just got a little bit of every one of you. I think Rich got involved because he got all your artists, and is that one way of how you got introduced to him, or was there another way after that?
Yeah, Richard became active at the Downriver Council for the Arts, doing video and portraying the different artists there through video, and so that's how I met him. He approached me for another time to do a little bit about the artwork that I was doing at the time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So when did you get really involved with this?
Well, this program about 3 years ago.
Three?
Yeah. This is the third season that we're in right now, and we go from September to April, and it's every Wednesday night. Our classes start at about 5:30, and then we go to 7 at night. And we have about 18 students right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. How do they get really involved? Can you answer that? I mean, do you go to the school, or do you people contact you, or they contact DCA?
Well, they're members of the ARC, and they show an interest that they would like to take part in the program. So that's the initial part of it, and they come and they try it, and I have to say that many of them have stayed with it year after year. It's more than art for them.
Okay. I think probably a question now, some people are saying, what's ARC, A-R-C? And I think, Linda, you can give us somewhat more of information that how it started here in Wyandotte.
So in 1953, there were a number of parents who had children with disabilities, and they had no place to go. And so they got together and they said, we need something for these kids to do. Mm-hmm. And so they had a meeting, and they have dues. They had dues of 25 cents a month in order to get out the information for mailing. If you can imagine how much a stamp was back then. Yeah, so they created this group for all these parents, and it's pretty amazing how they did it. They went door to door to get people to come to this meeting, and they created the ARC Downriver. And then in 1954, they couldn't get their children into schools. School districts were allowed to decide whether or not children with disabilities could be in schools, and most of the time the answer was no. So these parents decided that they needed to do something to get their kids into classes. So the Wyandotte Salvation Army allowed them to use their basement, and they hired a teacher, and each of the parents paid $5 a month. and they were then able to get their kids into school. If you can imagine how this would have been to be able to get your kids out into the community at that time. And so now we service 18 communities downriver.
My question is, how did the city of Wyandotte actually get involved in the school? Like the Lincoln Junior High area, the Brighton Center, how did this all come about? Does anybody know?
Well, through laws passed by Congress and you know the state and the federal laws, they had to do the ADA, they had to do disability rights, and people were then brought in, and they're allowed to now they're forced to have a place for children to be that at one point they didn't have, and so all of these laws came into play, mostly from parents.
Okay.
Parents going and saying, our kids deserve to have an
Yeah.
education. Our kids deserve to be able to do this. And so then the laws were put into place to allow that.
Okay, so it's putting things in perspective right now, how you got the other departments and how people come from downriver area. I mean, it's just not Wyandotte right now,
Oh, no,
right?
yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No?
we reach from here to Melvindale to, Allen Park. I
Okay.
mean, we have 18 communities.
I have a grandchild who's disabled. I mean, he's 28 now, so he's been beyond the 26 mark, and he's out. And what do you do for them at this point? Are you still involved somewhat in helping them?
Yeah, because that's the transition out from, right, so Michigan is the only state that allows their children to go to school until they're 26.
Really?
Every other state, it ends at 18 to 21. So Michigan is the only state that allows them to go to 26. Once they're at 26, then they transition out and go into the working world. So
If they can,
if they can.
yeah.
And that's one of the jobs that, as a parent, we have children who have disabilities as well. So as a parent, we feel it's our job to make sure that our children get out into the community and they work for pay. They don't work for free. We don't believe in that. We believe that it's our job to get them to be as independent as they can and to work out into the community for a fair pay, the same pay that their peers are getting. So the job that the ARC Downriver has now is to help get the services. So we have a person, Lori Huntington, who knows a ton of different services that helps to get our people, our community with disabilities out into the working world.
Okay, that makes sense, but is it always possible? I mean, you're in the office now. What comes to your desk usually every week even?
Well, pretty much like all of the sports programs that any of our members want to sign up, that the communication between Special Olympics and our office goes through me. We have our activities, our monthly dances. We have a formal coming up. We try to, yeah, yep. We have in May,
In May?
16th.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
So they're almost like on the schedule of the regular school, but maybe downsized a little bit, so to speak, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then with this art department, you said 3 years. How did that come to be?
Well, it started about 10 years ago with two people, Patty Eisel, who passed away over 3 years ago now, and Deb Burry. They put the concept of bringing students together and having a painting class at a particular size. This is a 16 by 20 canvas, so we all get one. We all the students get a piece. They find some reference that they want to do, or they bring a picture of their dog in, or whatever it would be. And they initiated it and got it going. After Patty passed, I was able to take on and keep the class going.
Okay.
And it's really a fun class. Some of our students are in their 50s. They're considered high schoolers, but they could be in their 50s. 50s and that. They have patience beyond my imagination. They are very highly creative. They start a canvas, and we look at a 4-week cycle. And our class is an hour and a half. So you got about 6 hours that you've spent putting this together. Well, plus it takes time to get the paint and mix it up. And sometimes I help them draw the image onto the canvas. And then they look at their reference and they paint off of that. We also make greeting cards of their artwork, envelopes and greeting cards. And this is the size. Let me just show you this. We take that and then bring it down to this smaller proportion for a greeting card situation.
Okay.
The students, after they're done with the artwork, they have an opportunity to sell pieces, and they get the money for
Really?
the piece. Yeah, we have established amount, and then the cards that we do, we collect. We do sell those both at the Downriver Council for the Arts and at the Arc, Beth,
Yep.
right there on 10th Street and on Oak Street, Oak and 10th, I should say.
11th.
And, oh, is it 11th?
11th.
Okay, all right.
Well,
Between-
it's
how
in
about
between.
Yeah, in between.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
So,
Depends on what
I know.
but that goes back to the kitty to buy the frames and the paint and the needs that we have. So
Yeah.
it works out pretty well. They're very nicely done,
They're
and
beautiful.
we have a good inventory for seasonal, like we'll start in the fall, then we go to the Christmas season, and now we're in spring. So we'll have greeting cards or Christmas cards or holiday cards
Yeah.
for different times of year. And they go pretty well.
They
Well,
go
how
really
can you
well.
give a package of these? I mean, where are they displayed?
Well, the Downriver Council for the Arts has them in their store. Erin works with that, and she gets them out there. And then also where
I
the
have a
location.
You have
supply at
some
the
too?
You have
office,
some
yes.
there, yeah.
Yep.
And also, we do have, and Char's going to address this a little bit, but we have a couple of occasions throughout the year where we have a reception for the kids. We have one in November. I call them kids.
Well,
We all
yeah,
call them kids.
Artists.
We sure about our receptions.
Yes, so there's 2 receptions that are held. One is in November, and typically it's held at the Downriver Council. The other one will be coming April 19th, which is at Park Restaurant. And Elroy was saying the art will soon be displayed there. So I call it raising up in a celebration. It's the time where, for the artists, for us, to be able to see everything nicely displayed in an art gallery. So they come with their parents and their pastors, neighbors, other artists, stakeholders. It is a fabulous experience for all of us because of their disabilities. We also touch all of the canvases throughout the month. So we're all invested in every one of them. So, and also there's music and
really?
there's
Yeah.
food, and it's fabulous.
Let's have a get together.
It's a get together.
Really, yeah.
So, and like I said, we meet anywhere from, well, September till April. And like I say, it's more than art. It gives them an opportunity for them to express themselves. And like I always say, it's for the greater good. And that's what keeps us coming back.
Yeah.
If I could elaborate, the Park restaurant is in Lincoln Park. It's on 4th Street, just past Southfield from here.
Okay.
And Leah, who is the manager there, has had us there for 7 years, maybe. I don't know how long exactly, but we go there and we have our receptions there, and then we'll be hanging the artwork that's currently done this year there for the next 2 months in his restaurant. And a lot of the students bring their parents or guardians by and have some food. We invite anybody to go. Right. It's a good restaurant in the Lincoln Park area there.
Okay, so during that time, can somebody actually go and purchase something?
Yes, yeah. We have an arrangement. If they're eating their food and they look up and see something they like, they buy it, take it off the wall, and then we put a little envelope and it gets back to the.
Really?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool
Oh,
process.
it's beautiful.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Because everybody's got their own art taste. I mean, it's like you might not like this, and somebody, wow,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And so, okay.
And it's a great photo op. I mean, the pictures are taken off the wall. The artists are photographed with their family, friends. I mean, it's fabulous. And we do invite the people of Wyandotte to come and join
Okay.
us and just visit or buy art, buy cards. And it's a
Okay,
great
that
experience.
keeps them going.
I have to say something that the volunteers that come and help during this, when you have 18 students, I'm
Yeah.
basically the instructor, but you need to have this contact. And
Yeah.
there's so many people in the community that have come forward and just say, I want to do that. And they do. They come on Wednesdays and they'll be with us for an hour and a half, and it's very rewarding. And
Yeah,
we're
it
looking
would
for
be.
more help if anybody ever wants
Yes.
We are.
to get a hold of Beth. She answers the phone. She can direct,
Are you available? Hey, but that's important.
It is.
You
Oh.
said there's 18 people. You need somebody at least to be
Yeah.
with each one of them.
Yeah.
Right.
I
And
mean-
it's not like you have to have the art ability to draw, but you have the desire and to mix paint and interact with the artist, and they love it. Whatever anybody can give, they love it.
Yeah. And a fun thing we did this past year, we were at the Wyandotte Art Fair, and the city provided a couple of spaces for us. We were very pleased with that, and we were there not the whole time because of the hours, it's long, but we were there and the community participated in viewing and purchasing some of the artwork for the students. We had one student at one of the shows sell three paintings.
Really?
Yeah. And that's some little bit of cash in their pocket, it's a very rewarding.
Can you imagine though, how they progress? You may, okay, if you start and you show them, okay, this is the canvas and these are your paints, what kind of picture do you want to paint? I mean, that takes a process alone. Then getting your colors mixed
Yeah.
according to
Yes.
what you want. I mean, somebody sitting there and say, oh, that's not, oh yeah, yeah.
We paint, when we do them, it's called a gallery wrap, so it looks, you don't have to frame it then.
Right.
We paint the edges. And that's challenging, because here you want to make something look really nice in the front, but we're asking them to do the sides too as well, and they do. They're
Yeah.
very good about that.
Oh, it's cheaper than getting a frame.
Yeah, yeah.
I learned that too. It's true though, but it does make the picture attractive if
Yeah.
you don't have anything for it at the side.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So you mostly then an oil painting, or do you do?
No,
other-
we use acrylic,
you
water
do?
soluble paints, and we have a whole table, little paper plates. We look at what color they're going to be working with, and just give them a squirt of green, blue, and such. And then we'll walk them through and instruct. Maybe do the sky first,
Yeah.
and then we'll put some clouds in. We'll put some trees in the front. Foreground, a little bear in there, and whatever that they want to come together in their mind, actually after 4 weeks, ends up on the canvas. It's totally amazing.
Okay. Do most of them actually get done in 4 weeks?
No.
No. So
Some
they
faster,
extend it.
some faster.
Some way faster.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Some will
Some,
do it in 2 weeks.
but you know what? We use that as a scale. But if they need to go further, or if they're not in because they have something else to do that night, we just extend it out. But our cycle, the way we set up the program, is a 4-week cycle. So
Yeah. So you're considered a volunteer, or do you get paid? a little
I get
bit?
paid for
You
what I
get
do.
paid?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the people that come in and help are all volunteers.
Okay. What would you suggest then? So if somebody's at home and saying, I know of somebody that could get involved, what's the best way to get in touch? Through
Either
you?
by email or phone. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a phone number, or we have to check?
Nope, I haven't.
Yeah, you also have it on here, don't you? Yeah, no, it's just oh yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
okay. So the best thing, come on Oak Street between 10th and 11th.
Yep, 1028 Oak Street.
Okay.
Yep.
And you have loads of these left, I'm sure, right?
We have some, yes. We don't have
Okay.
loads.
How much do they usually cost per package?
Well, there's two, could I answer this one?
Yes, please.
There's two ways we sell them. It's packages of 6 and packages of 12. The packages of 6 cards are $5, and 12, because of Christmas time, you'd want a higher volume of them, it's $10. So I think that's real. I was at the airport and paid $5 for one card one
Well,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but you're getting 6 cards for $5 with
Yeah.
nice envelopes
Right.
and good quality. Allegra Printing works with us on that in Wyandotte.
Really?
Yeah, real good. We're real good. Greg and Violet, they help us get the cards, and then
Yeah, well,
Beth
you
does
can
all
tell.
the color printing on them with her printer, and she does it's good quality. It's really
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
And like I said, we have a wide arrangement of Christmas cards too, if people would be interested
Well,
in
that's
that.
nice to know, though, because
Yes.
somebody say, hey, I think they're nice, I'll send it to so-and-so and so,
Right.
and they'd probably appreciate it, too. So.
And it's a good way to get the word out to the community, and for those of us that use those cards, people are looking for them. It's a nice gift, and yeah, people
The fun part is they get to name, every title, your artwork.
artwork.
And that can be really interesting.
If somebody say, hey, I want the original painting, and then what happens?
They get it.
Yeah.
That's it.
They
just
sell for
contact the
$30
office.
just
Yeah.
to give you a number
really?
there.
Yeah.
And so, sometimes they'll paint something for a relative or a friend and know ahead of time this is for Aunt Susie or something, and then we work with them, and then they take it and to give it to Aunt Susie as a gift. So
Okay.
works that way
Yeah.
too.
Or they hang them in their homes. They'll change them out. They're that important to them that they'll go get the next one for the next season. So they mean a lot to them.
Yeah.
Could you share about our anniversary or artiversary?
Yeah, so our anniversary will be at the Park Restaurant. So that's April 19th, and we invite everyone from Wyandotte to join us. We're happy about our 10-year and beyond, and a lot's gone into it, a lot of stakeholders, a lot of volunteers, and we're just grateful for
Are you
it
going to
all.
have a full house, though?
We hope so.
We pack
We,
Yes.
we do
Yeah.
pack them out.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have a band. I mean, we pack
Yeah.
them in. You
Yeah.
would be amazed how many people come through there.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's a huge fundraiser for this program.
And not only for you, but for the kids.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, they love it.
Like I said,
love
it's
They love the attention.
raising them
They
up.
do.
Yeah.
They have fun.
Yeah.
Well, because I think as they grow up, we sometimes don't understand what's in their mind because they don't speak out too well in most cases. So they can express themselves
Yes.
on paint or sports or music. I mean, Saturday I went to Roosevelt. Like I said, they
Okay.
had the peer-to-peer, basketball tournament. But they just didn't have them. They had some of the group with the actual jazz band, and Mark D'Angelo had them over there. They had some other entertainers there, cheerleaders. They had 4 different groups actually playing basketball for 20 minutes, well, they didn't stop the clock, they let it run. And then every 3 minutes they, had a chance to change and stuff like that. And it was something, I was there awed for almost 2 hours looking at the progress of all these different groups, how they're gelling together. Now, that's probably another story I'd probably find out is how Wyandotte Roosevelt got these kids to be involved with Brighton Center. Does anybody know that?
A lot of the schools are doing that.
Are they now?
have where they bring the two together because it's good for the school.
Yeah.
It's good for the athletes. They get together and they are amazing. When you watch them together, they are amazing. The high school students, the junior high students get together with the Special Olympics athletes, and honestly, you can't beat watching these.
Well, it's a better teacher. than just somebody saying something that, hey, this person's like this or that. You have to actually get together and understand and realize that we're all human. We all have our little downfalls or surpluses. Who knows, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, this is the ARC, A-R-C. So I finally found out. I looked up in Google this morning, and I started reading it, and that's when I said, I have no idea. But it's downriver. It all started basically, like you said, with the parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And-
I mean, parents are everything. You know, it's in the schools, it's in the art class, it's in the Special Olympics sports programs. It's amazing.
And they can be very beneficial to the organization and the city in many ways too, like you found out yourself.
Yeah. I think one of the most amazing things that impresses me is when a student comes in for the first time, they're hesitant. Maybe they haven't painted in their life.
Right.
Maybe they don't even want to hold a paintbrush, you know. But after some working with them and the helpers and getting and painting, and they get into it, and now they run in there, they sit down, and they're just ready to go to town. You know, they just love it. Some of the students, it's been multiple years now, and you see their talent grow.
Yes.
You see them get confident. You see them take something, and they might start off with something very basic and simple. That's fairly simple, that painting over there, but it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And they'll take and they'll look and they'll say, all right, I'm going to do the sky, okay, and then I'll put the water in, and then I'll put the trees in, and then you give them a little brush, and stars. They can make stars like it's going on style. We take the back side of the paintbrush and just dab that into paint and knock it off like that.
Yeah.
Or snowflakes, you know.
Oh, yeah,
That's
those are nice. Yeah. So you've learned a lot through them.
Oh,
too.
I have. I truly have, yeah. I've been an artist, a graphic designer, fine artist all my life. But at this stage of my life, I am having so much fun. And I drive home at night and I just sit there going, oh, that was cool. Now, I will say, though, if we have a night where we have a couple of volunteers maybe not showing up for illness or another thing, it can get tense. But then we have backup, you know.
Yeah,
Angel
our
will
backup.
come in, Beth will come in, and I may even call them an hour before and say, hey, we're coming here. But we get through. But I'll tell you, we have our moments, you know, because it's a lot of people to get ready to paint
Right.
all at one time.
And that's where you come in, right?
They're
Try to get
Charlie
it all
does it all.
going.
One
Yeah,
minute.
we're ready when they walk in.
Okay.
Yep.
I have to thank you for coming. We only have a minute left. So thank you.
And
Keep
thank
us
you
for
informed.
having us.
Yeah, thanks
Thank you
for
for having
Richard.
us.
It was interesting, and I'm sure a lot of the people out there are still wondering, what about this? What about that? So we'll find out with some questions, get you back.
Oh,
Oh, thank
Great.
you.
Okay? All
Have
right.
them call us.
Yes.
Beth will answer the phone.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. We'll see you next time on Up, Down, and Around Town. Bye now.